Yeah.
What types of opportunities and investments are you pursuing now? We're going now. Now we're going to fast forward, 15 years?
Yeah. So I was searching for answers. So fast forward to 2015. I had met my new wife, my current wife now, and we got married and we started having babies really quickly. And when that first baby came out in January 2016, his name is Zach, I was like, I cannot continue on this path because I was in the military. My first 4 years in the military, I was really only home about one of those years. That's why that first marriage failed, because I was never home. It's almost darn near impossible to keep a good marriage going when you're never there. So I saw that baby come out and I was like, I was all gung ho for the military. I just went from enlisted to officer, that the military paid me to go to school. All these amazing things was happening and I was excelling quickly, but I was preparing for my third combat deployment. And what people know is like you're gone for like 9 months or a year, but they don't talk about that year prior train up. You're always away from your family for about a year prior to leaving your family for 9, 10, 11, 12 months. So I moved my wife and my son, and she's pregnant. My wife's pregnant again with our second baby. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I cannot sustain this. I need to search for answers. So I was kind of haphazardly wholesaling houses. What I mean by that, I get them under contract and assign the contract. But here's the thing that they don't mention when they say wholesaling real estate, like you don't need any money or any credit or any time. Those are 3 lies. You need a lot of time to go meet sellers. You need money to send the postcards out. I was spending a fortune. I was racking up debt on my credit card. So no money, no time, no credit. I guess the credit might be true, but you got to have credit cards, right? So I was building up all this debt. And I had done 1 or 2 house deals out in Colorado, but I was searching for answers, just like this podcast, the Living Well with Brent Well podcast, amazing podcast out there. And I heard a guy talking about land he was flipping overnight. He would go to the tax auctions, buy this land, and then double his money the next day when he would sell them. And I was like, I don't know anything about going to tax auctions, but I know there's a lot of landowners behind on their taxes. And I know I can mail them a postcard. So I started mailing tax delinquent landowners like that day a postcard that said, hey, my name is Brent. I'd like to buy your land. If you're interested in a fair cash offer and I can close quick, call me or text me. God bless you. And my phone started ringing. And I did that first land deal, bought it for $285, flipped it to a realtor literally that same week for $5,000. And then bought a second one for $500. And this was like non-buildable, landlocked, garbage land. And these sellers were calling like, yeah, it's yours for this much. Like, they gave me the price. It's the easiest thing I ever did. That second parcel of land, I sold it for $500 down. I paid $500. I sold it for $500 down and $400 a month. I had no clue what seller financing was. I just thought that the land wasn't that good and maybe someone would pay me payments on it. But that's what changed my life, because at $400 a month, that was paying my truck payment. None of my rentals were cash flowing, but that land deal was cash flowing within 30 days. And now I do even better job. I try and get it profitable from day one and forever.
So let's dive into that.
All right.
That deal. What state was it in? How large was it? Like, help the listeners like visualize, what does that land look like? How does that get structured? You've created an arbitrage situation where it's worth one thing to you and then another thing to the market.
Yeah, one man's trash can absolutely be another man's treasure. And this could work with bicycles. You find a free bicycle on the side of the road, you air the tires up and sell it for more.
You can.
But basically, the state that both of these deals were in, the first one that I bought for $285 and flipped it for $5,000, it was worth way more than $5,000, by the way. The realtor sold it for like $15,000, a couple years later, which is awesome. I'm glad she made money on it. That was in Palmer Lake, Colorado. The second parcel that I bought for $500 was in Colorado Springs, Colorado, just south of NORAD, 4.97 acres. I remember it's like it was yesterday. It was landlocked by the state park, by the Colorado State Park. I had to trespass against state land to go get the photos, because how do I know I was trespassing? Because the state officer asked me what I was doing. And I was like, I'm taking photos of the land that I'm actually in the process of buying. He goes, well, you're trespassing. You can't come back across this way. And I was like, well, how do I get to the land? He goes, I don't know. Like, it's, we're surrounding the land and you got to figure it out. So I was like, well, I had no clue how to figure that out, but I put it on Craigslist, landlocked. You need to call an attorney that can get you ingress, egress. And I'm asking for $500 down because I wanted to get my money back out of the land deal because I was broke in 2016. We just had that first baby. We just moved across the country with the military. And I didn't want to tell my wife. I was like, we made the 5,000, but I just bought another parcel of land for 500 because she was like, that's pretty cool. Keep flipping those. So that was also in Colorado Springs. But that buyer, I didn't charge him an interest rate because I didn't even think to do it. I didn't charge him a doc fee. We charge roughly $300 every time we do a deed now, our contract for deed, our doc fee. And I didn't charge him a monthly note service fee. We charge $25 a month for that now. So all these little things like that we evolved into, that's built a land business now that we have 69 of these notes coming in every single month where land buyers purchase from us. And we collect on average about $22,000 a month in payments. That's if we don't add any more. That's if we don't flip any land. And that's if we don't assign the contract on any land. Now, it's evolved to bigger deals because the big ones take just as much time as those little small ones. And there's more money available.
What did the end buyer of the landlocked land?
Yeah.
That's almost 5 acres. That's surrounded by state park.
Yep.
State forest.
Yep.
I'm not sure the terminology there.
Yeah.
What are they doing with it? I'm thinking hunting.
What his plan? You're exactly right. What his plan? He wanted a place to go turkey hunting.
Okay.
And he didn't care about ingress, egress. Like, he probably doesn't know what that means. He might. I don't know. Okay. I pretended to know at the time because some attorney or some real estate agent said, yeah, contact that attorney. And I heard attorney. I'm thinking to myself, that's like, those guys cost like $400 an hour. I don't have money to pay these attorneys. Let someone else figure that out. So yeah, he was using it for hunting and he paid it off early, 0% interest. I was like, what the heck?
Love that, man.